The Confident Stock podcast is brought to you by My Evergreen Med Spa. Located in Houston in the Woodlands, My Evergreen Med Spa brings to you the latest aesthetic treatments in the most luxurious environment. Remember, My Evergreen Med Spa, it's me time elevated. Welcome back to the Confident Stock Podcast. I'm Dr. Rednam. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon in Houston, Texas. And I am in Paris, which is just amazing. And I am with Kobi Halperin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure and honor to be part of it.
So many of you may be wondering, why do I have a designer on the show? I'm a plastic surgeon. But I would argue that we're both artists and that we both are trying to bring beauty into women's lives.
Absolutely. This is always kind of like part of what I really believe. I think that in our world right now, every time when you're opening the TV, there's something devastating or upsetting. Mm-hmm. I think it's our job to bring beauty to the world, and each one of us can bring it in a different way. But I think it's really about being able to make the woman that, in my case, wearing the clothes, just feel good about herself. Mm-hmm. And I think this way, her personality, she shines, she feels beautiful. And I think that's kind of like where the magic is happening.
Absolutely. I can tell you personally, that's how I feel when I put on something beautiful.
I think especially today, you actually look beautiful today. I saw a picture from the past, it was just okay. Yeah. But somehow today, when I see you wear this gorgeous print dress, which I think I know the designer.
He may be nearby.
Yes. I just feel like you look beautiful. And, it's actually... I think we used to get dressed based on our mood. Mm-hmm. And, when I saw you with this dress, I smiled. And I do believe that clothes have the power to make you smile. So if in the past we used to get dressed based on our mood, mm-hmm. I think now it's time to get dressed and get in a better mood.
I really like that way of thinking. It's just the same idea of, put on the face for the day you want. Same thing, put on the dress or the outfit that you want.
Exactly, absolutely. So don't judge me because I only wear black. But I do know the power of colors, of prints, and beauty.
Is that part of the designer's code? I noticed a lot of designers like to wear black.
I think, I have a very colorful background. So I definitely wear a lot of colors mm-hmm. back in the days. But I do think that when you are I want to have this plain canvas in a way. Mm-hmm. So when I can create, I can focus on all the color, the textures, the details. So I like to be kind of more plain. Mm-hmm. And then I want to have everything around me that I'm working to be able to really focus on that.
I love that. How did you find yourself in the world of fashion?
Interesting. I actually loved fashion before I even knew that fashion exists. Mm-hmm. So basically, I remember since I was a child, I was drawing women's clothes. And I was very involved in a way with creating my mother's wardrobe. Mm-hmm. She really cared about my opinion. I don't know why. And it was kind of even for myself to get dressed was something that was very special and unique experience for me. So I feel like I love, again, the aesthetic part, and not just clothes, but anything around me, also the home decor, etc., was something that was more meaningful to me than any other thing. So I didn't care about having another toy, but I did want something for home, or some type of piece of fashion, or an element for our home. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's always been there for me. And then when I was 13, it was the first time I actually realized that it can be a job. Mm-hmm. And the moment that I saw a fashion designer when I went with my mother for my bar mitzvah, whatever, and I just saw him open the fabric. It was like a scene in a movie. I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. So I was always planning to be a psychologist. Mm-hmm. I still believe I'm more dealing with people and sensitive to people. Yeah. So I still think that's my main job.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud and very thankful that actually my biggest hobby, my biggest passion is actually my job as well.
Tell me how, because this is something I don't know. So you had the passion, you had the drive, but then how do you actually then become a designer? Because it's not an easy thing to really become successful in.
I think nothing is easy in these days. I think I always, when I work with young designers or students, I always feel that it's not enough just to love fashion. You need to really have the passion for it, and you need to really feel like this is the only thing you want to do. And as usual, if you want to do something, you need to really put the time, the effort, and to really learn it. So I feel like I'm very proud. I graduated in Israel in amazing schools and went for 4 years. I think you need to. I think that I'm worried sometimes about my daughter's generation that the confidence level is very quickly built, and I believe that we need to be a little bit humble. We need to learn the history of whatever we do. In my case, we need to learn the history of fashion. We need to respect that, and then we can start messing it up.
Yeah.
But it needs to come from knowledge, not from just trying to shortcut the process and just trying to create something. So I do feel that everything that I create when it's coming to fashion, and this is why I'm so excited to host you here in Paris, is the fact that we need to have this respect to the past. I feel that everything that we do today, I'm sure in your field for sure, there's so much excitement, and when technology is involved, there's so much improvement that's happening. I do believe when it's coming to my world, to fashion, I think we lost something. This craftsmanship, and also the idea of what clothes used to mean in the past. Like people didn't consume so much, but everything that they have was really meaningful and was really done especially for them, and they chose the color, they chose the embroidery, the details. It really meant a lot, and it was very pricey, obviously, but it was a big commitment. I think today, just everything is available, so I do think that we lost something in the process. And for me as a designer, I try to bring these memories from my grandmother, choosing the fabrics, stitching it, making the choices, really care about qualities. I try to bring this in a contemporary way that's really taking care of women like you that have different needs that they used to have in the past, and allowing you to feel very chic, very elegant, but also very comfortable.
And like you said before, you can dress for the mood you want. I feel like I have an emotional connection to my clothing. There's things that you put on and it makes you smile and makes you feel good about yourself. And, I'm in a field where there's not that many women. And so the more confident I feel, and I wear something colorful in a sea of black suits, and I'm here, I like to present and wear colorful things. I just feel good. I feel really good, and it makes me feel very confident. And I think that that's what you do with your clothing as well.
I always think about, before I'm talking about fashion, I feel like the starting point of a garment, of a clothes, it's a protection. So I feel like for me, it's really about when you're wearing something, you want to feel protected. And you want to feel at home.
Yeah.
So I think for me, what I love about what I'm trying to create, and hopefully what I'm creating, is creating a storytelling. And it doesn't matter where you're coming and what's your background. It's somehow making you have these nostalgic memories and also a true feeling of being at home. And I think that's what's connecting us all. I'm a big believer that besides bringing beauty to the world, fashion is another way of uniting us. I was making fun of, but I mean it, that we don't need to agree about everything, especially when it's coming to some big issues, politics, etc. We don't need to believe we don't need to agree with everything, but of course we need to agree about fashion.
Yeah.
And if you're wearing Kobi, we already know we're going to agree about that. I'm kidding. But I think that we do need to love each other, we need to be kind. And I think that this is something that, again, to me, I use fashion as a tool to connect us and to unite us.
Yeah.
And it's everything that I do, either I'm here in Paris or celebrating our 10 years anniversary in New York, it's always about celebrating people. It's not about me. It's about the customer that I'm taking care of. And it's about the team that I have together. And it's about this community.
Now, prior to having your own label, your own line, you were a creative director at Tari. And then also at
Kenneth Cole,
sorry. So what was that like? You transitioned because at that point you were working with other people, and then you got to do your own thing. So what kind of inspired you to move in that direction?
The truth is I was just kicked out, and then sometimes you need this in life because I am a very loyal person.
Yeah.
And I build a relationship with the customer. So I really wanted to continue with this relationship and taking care of her.
Yeah.
But things happening sometimes, and after a long journey of 13 years in one company, I kind of like found that it's really not my brand in every way, as much as I put all my heart and soul and I invested a lot into it, it was not mine. But the connection with the consumer and the DNA that I created in a way for a different brand was really, in a way, who I am, my soul. And this is something that nobody can take from me.
Correct.
So I just felt like it was time to like maintain the relationship and maintain the commitment that I have to the customers, but being able to do it without anything that can stop me. And I think in fashion, it's sad to say, but it's good for me and for the brand. I think that loyalty and making the customer feel that she is loved, it's very rare.
Yeah.
I think in fashion, we always making the customer feel sometimes that she's not good enough, she's not cool enough, she's not young enough, she's not skinny enough. And I love to make my customer feel beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with age. Listen, if she's going to your clinic and that's great.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. But for me, it's more about like, it doesn't matter how old she is, it doesn't matter what's her size. It is about who she is and really helping her to celebrate that.
Yeah.
And I think that I design clothes for every woman. I don't design clothes for model.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I think that the customers that are familiar with the brand and try the clothes on feel this connection and feel that somebody really understands her needs and somebody is really there to take care of her.
Yeah. Well, I really think we have much more in common than you think, because with what I do, people think, yeah, it's only aesthetics. I take care of cancer patients. I take care of weight loss patients. And they all just want to feel good about themselves, right? And so I love that. And I consider myself a plastic surgeon for the average person as well. I want everyone to feel good. You can't just fall into one narrow category to be beautiful, right? We're all beautiful.
You really opened my mind right now, because I think that we're actually following into the same stereotype that plastic surgeons is just about creating this ultimate beauty that doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
And it's so personal. And here we are saying basically the same thing about it. No, we are here to kind of like take care of the woman and make her feel good about herself. And if there is an amazing opportunity of improving and just showing the best of her, yes, that's where we're here.
Right?
It's not changing. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just helping her to bring the best of who she is. And thank you for actually opening my mind a little bit, because I was maybe one of these people that thinking about what you do in a very specific way and trying to find this kind of like perfect results when it's very difficult to achieve.
Yeah. Well, there's no perfect. There's just the perfect version of you. Right?
I love that. Yes.
So how do you get your inspiration for you? I mean, I always find this fascinating. In fashion, every season, right, you have something new and beautiful. I mean, where do you draw your personal inspiration?
So I feel very lucky that, first of all, I think that my treasure bags from my childhood, but to keep it kind of like relevant and to kind of like really add something into it, it's always about traveling and it's about art exhibitions. So let's say you're just following me right now, I just try to find a little bit of time, and I just went to the Louvre and I saw an amazing exhibition there, which was basically the combination of the true Louvre exhibitions with the touch of fashion. See the relationship between the home decor and the relationship between the fashion design. Definitely kind of like opened my mind to the next collection. And my 10 years anniversary collection, I just went to India and I went to Krum, and it was probably one of the strongest visual experience, which I didn't really was surprised about that. I was expecting it, but it was also a very spiritual and very exciting time for me to kind of like get a little bit different view about life and about how can we try to create a better world for all of us. And that's what I need. I just need to be able to be surrounded with nice people. I need to be surrounded with people that are actually challenging me and actually pushing me. So that's what I try to do. I have it with my family, so that's, even if I don't want to be challenged, I challenge on a daily basis between my wife, my daughters. But I think also the people that's working with me is my team. It's really about like keep thinking about different ways and reacting to what's happening around us. But again, the visuals is where you can't just stay in one place and have it. You need to be able to experimenting different things. So I feel like, to me, I feel very lucky when I travel. Actually, the spring collection that I had before was, I went to the Roscoe Chapel in Houston, and that was kind of like an amazing moment for me. That was like, sent me to a whole kind of like amazing inspiration. So it's always this type of magical moment that's really allowing me to create this magic.
Well, you have to keep evolving and changing, otherwise I think designs get stagnant, right?
But you need to stay true to yourself. And I think that's kind of like where I believe that sometimes the focus is about surprising you or shocking you, which I think I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
I never been there, but it's kind of like something that I really keep focusing, that I want to make my customer feel comfortable, that every time that she's going to see a new collection, she know what to expect and to surprise her a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't want, like, because then it's like she wants to be able to
She still
count
wants
on
your
you.
style.
She wants to be able to count on you. So
Yeah.
I think it's very important that, again, I'm not trying to create something that nobody ever saw. I try simply to make beautiful clothes. And I think the combination between the person, the customers, and between the product, that's what's creating it to be so unique.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's about making beautiful clothes.
How do you balance being, the creative director for Embaro along with your own line?
So, again, to me, I think it's always saying, like, I'm not a brain surgeon. Like, I think to me, it's fashion.
Yeah.
It's something that shouldn't be so complicated. I think people like to make it complicated, but there's no reason for that. There's a process. There's a calendar, as every business. And if you allow people to kind of like keep you on calendar and create a very clear structure of your processes and the timing, and you respect it, it's not overwhelming at all. And again, I love what I do. So for me to be able right now to be here in Paris, and I feel like, I hope I'm never going to feel this way, that it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just part of what I do. It's like, to me, it's like designing and creating. Either it's one brand or two brands. It's just part of what I do on a daily basis. And I'm very thankful for a team of people that are behind me, that actually giving me the right support. But I'm really true to the process, and to know that the real boss is not me, it's not anybody in my team. It's a calendar and a structure that you need to follow.
So do you think any of your girls, or either of your girls, may follow in your footsteps?
So, I'm really, as a dad, I really want my daughters to be happy, to be curious, and to go after their dreams. And I don't want to enforce any of my love to them. So it's interesting. My oldest one, she actually wants to be more like sport management and marketing. And as you can see, sport and Kobi have nothing in common. So, I'm very excited for her, and I see the passion.
Yeah.
And that's what's important for me. The little one, Gali, she's definitely more in this kind of like more visual, aesthetic. So it will be interesting. I don't want to force it. I'm excited she's actually coming to Paris. It's the springtime to do something here for 2 weeks in Parson. So she's definitely going to be in this kind of world, and she's very sensitive to anything that have to do with aesthetic, from skincare to cosmetic, very much into that. So it will be interesting to see how she's going to develop. Not sure it's going to be fashion. Yeah. But honestly, I don't take it against me. I think I really wanted my daughters from day one to go after their passion and to find their passion. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest, as an immigrant living in America, as an American, I think one of the biggest challenges, the expectation from our children to be so aware and so clear with what they want to do in such an early stage in their life. Yeah. It's a bit overwhelming.
It's different. I'm also the child of immigrants, and my parents knew one way of doing everything, and so to allow us the freedom to really pick what we want to do was hard. But I think that they feel now gratified as we're all adults and have our own children, that we all found what brings us joy.
Yes, and I think that's the most important. I think that as long as we're challenging ourselves and we are happy, I think that's kind of to me the best formula, and what I'm hoping for my daughters and everybody that I love.
Well, I can say I'm sure they're very lucky growing up with such a talented father who is exposed them to this world too as well.
I think that they will probably agree with it, and to me, what I'm proud of most is the relationship that I have with them, and I think that, and I also proud about the girls that they are. Both of them born in New York, and when I look at two young women and their perspective and the way they are standing for everything that they believe, it's what's kind of like really excites me, and I think that's kind of like where I'm proud about that the most. They are very strong, opinionated women that's standing for what they believe, and we need more of that.
I totally agree with you.
In every field.
So I have two. I have a 4 and a 7-year-old, and they already are so sassy, and I love it.
Yes.
You know, I love seeing that in them. So I think we need a lot more women, and I think that are empowered and feel confident in everything, because I think just like men, women have a lot to offer, and I think this is the time for us to start seeing that more as well.
Absolutely, we need it. We need you guys. Let me make the clothes and make you feel beautiful, and you guys take over and lead us. That's what we need.
So why don't we end with telling me kind of what you see for the future for Kobi?
So for me, it's, the exciting thing is about keep building a relationship, loyal relationship. She can always count on us, but I want to be part of her life in every possible way.
Yeah.
So the exciting things, we just launched denim, we have swim. So it's more about like being able to be part of your life in many ways as possible, and that's our target for the next decades.
That's so exciting. Well, I very much look forward to not only seeing but wearing it as well. So thank you.
But you wearing it for sure, I'm going to look good. So please keep doing it. Please keep doing it. I appreciate that.
So thank you so much for being on the show. This was so wonderful. I appreciate it. And thank you all for listening. What an amazing guest.